know what I mean? It's like, you know, there are not that many people left, you know? It was bad, I mean, it was bad, but it was like questionable. But now he's like killing people, and everyone's like loving it. So it's been pretty like positive, you know? You know, like you know, when I walk around, you know, I'm shooting Sopranos now in New York, so I'm on the streets a lot. It's unbelievable actually how it feels, because I think the type of people, the kind of people that Punisher really resonates with are the kind of people I really love, and it's a community of, you know, the comic book audience, the military audience, the law enforcement audience. It's just it really. I'm really grateful for it. I'm really grateful for how much it means to people. And I really, when I was doing the show, it scared the shit out of me because I really want to get it right, and I work really hard to do that. But I'm really grateful that people dig it. At least nobody's told me tomatoes at me yet. I mean, it might happen. You know, it might happen.
Thank you.
Such as.
So my question is, how hard was it to film the scene with Ben Barnes at the end of season 1 on the carousel?
That's a good question.
How hard was it?
Yeah, like, was it emotionally taxing for you guys to do that scene? Because there was a lot of emotion that was in it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think you know, that character is one of the last people in Frank's life that you know, that he really loved. It was part of his family. And there was an enormous amount of betrayal there, and I think again, it's like if somebody writes, okay, well, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to disfigure you. I want to do something worse. You know, it's you gotta like feel that. You gotta feel like how I've said before, like there's no way I could ever play Frank Castle if I wasn't a father and a husband. You know, and I love my wife and kids so much more than anything in this world, and so much more than I love myself. And I think once you start to think about them being taken from you, you know, it's not you got to go down this road that's super dark. And if you really go down it and think about what you do, and I think there's a little bit of Frank Castle in all of us, and you start talking about your family, and you know, then when you put this guy in there that betrayed you, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's emotionally tapped. It's definitely emotional, you know, and you definitely gotta try to do it. I mean, for me, if I was better, maybe I could just bullshit and be like, "What's up, buddy?" And I'm gonna throw your face through a mirror. And that's not how I am. If you're on your side, I'm on my side. We're not gonna, you know, go have a drink there.
Has it ever been difficult to kind of leave that darkness on set when you come home and you're like, hey, kids, you know?
I mean, you know, these guys are, you know, I drive to the jobs usually, so I have this time where I can drive back. I recently lost my best dog, like my number one guy, boss. This guy's cool, but that dude was my guy. Every job, he was on every shot of The Walking Dead, laying like this right behind camera. He was always, you know, me and boss would do the job. Another one down, buddy, and then we drive back together, and I think that's the time where you can sort of let that stuff go, you know, become dad again. Some jobs are harder, you know, some experiences are harder than others. Some require, you know, I don't want to sound like some weirdo, like, hey, you can only call me by my character name or some shit, but I try to stay close to it. I think it would be weird to eat Chinese food and go into nightclubs and play Frank Castle. I just think that, like, looking for, you know, enjoyment in life is not what he's looking for. So you got to be really careful about how much of that you let into your life while you're doing it. And now, I remember Fury, especially, you know, I mean, it was basically, you know, 8 months in a real 75-year-old Sherman tank, you know, with those guys. And, you know, that was a hard one to let go, and it took a while. You know, but my wife is you know, she's the champ, dude. You know, and she's like, all right, you stay the fuck away.
Hey, good morning over here.
Hey, good morning. My name's David from Baltimore.
What's up, dude?
It's good. So, my question kind of piggybacks on the question you just answered a little. You've done a lot of like really intense characters like the Punisher and Shane on like series, and then you've done movies like Fury. So, which do you prefer? Like, do you like to do the series where you're like living the character every day for like, you know, years? or like a movie where you're doing it intense for 75 days and then you're doing a different project?
That's a good question, man. I mean, look, literally, the first thing that pops into my mind, I don't mean to be a cheese dip, but I just feel so grateful that I get to do any of it. Like, I'm really, really grateful, and I'm still, when I think about it, I'm like, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. I don't, for me, I want to work on the best possible thing that's out. Like, I make the decision ultimately based on who I'm going to be working with, who the director is, how good the script is. And to be more specific to your question, I think there's something great about series. Doing a TV, so you get to live with a character longer. When it works, there can be a real rapport between the writers and the actors, so they can see what you're doing and they can start to write for you. You can kind of create it as it goes because it's open-ended. With a movie, what's really awesome is that you can be very strategic. You know the beginning, middle, and end. You can plant these buoys along the water. You can hit each one, and you can be more. You can look at it more strategically, and like a coach, and say, "Look, I got to get to this point by here," and that's really great too. In a movie, in a TV, you're doing it for years. It's a family. That crew is a family, which is great. But I love just popping into a movie for 2 or 3 days, like a hired assassin. Just get me in there, do my shit, and fuck on the road. I love that too. So it's all great, man. I think it's all great. You just gotta look for the best stuff in each situation.
Cool.
Thanks, brother.
Good morning, over here.